Hey, I'm going to tell you about my Book of Shadows system that I have going on and what I would like my Book of Shadows to eventually be. It's pretty boring right now. I want to get more information before I make a really big, pretty book, although I'm just trying to figure out ways that I can make a pretty book now, maybe of like smaller information, like maybe just like all about the moon or something. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, but at first I want to show you I found this wonderful crystal formation. Oh, let's get the camera. Look at it. Look how pretty. Oh, you can't really see how pretty it is. But I promise you it is. I've had this like my entire life. I probably got it when I was 8. And I got it at a rock show, like not like a rock show like we're going to listen to rock and roll, but a show about rocks. I went with my dad. And yeah, I remember it costing $15, and I'm still not sure if I was ripped off or not. Definitely when I'm broke, I feel like I was ripped off, but I don't know, maybe rocks are just that expensive. I don't know, it hasn't been cleansed or charged or anything yet, but I'm really excited to use it in meditation. Anyway, this is my Book of Shadows. It's really plain, boring. Even the inside is pretty plain and boring. Um, I actually got this journal from my grandma, and she would be shocked and appalled if I was using it for this, but it's fine. But this is like where I write notes, but well thought out and well written notes, if that makes sense. I have a other book, and I'm gonna grab it real quick. This is my other book, A Witch's Notebook. Yes, I know it's cheesy, but I like it. This book is for like sloppy notes, like if I do a spell. Well, I did a really pretty job on the blessings page here. Ooh, oh, but like this is more like messy. I usually don't use this a whole lot, but more freeform notes. If I do a spell, I like jot down the ingredients and why in here. And I've been trying to get in the habit of like taking notes on tarot spreads in here as well, but I'm really not in the habit. Actually, I'm going to make it a goal to use it more. I'm going to start carrying this with me instead of my Book of Shadows. My handwritten Book of Shadows. I have a digital Book of Shadows as well. Anyway, even though mine's not really pretty, I'm still going to tell you about it and everything that I have in it. Because I found it really helpful. When I first started my Book of Shadows, I was just dying to know what other people put in theirs. And YouTube videos really helped me out and get ideas to what to put in there. So I'm going to go through that and show you if there's anything particularly pretty. And just as a fair warning, there's lots of like I don't just have the read, I have pretty much anytime anyone ever said let's have Wiccans have rules or let's have witches have rules. Simply because I think the historical context is really interesting. And I just like rules. It's not that I agree with every rule system that there is. In my digital Book of Shadows, I have my personal interpretations and like what I think is relevant and irrelevant. But I like the historical significance, and I like to look back to see like, oh, in like the 70s, we thought it was important to put in that we didn't believe in the devil. And if you were a witch, you could believe in the devil. It doesn't. That's irrelevant. But I start out with this blessing that I found / wrote the end of. Because the blessing originally was, elements protect this book from skeptical eyes and doubtful look. And then it was basically about, like, don't let anyone ever read this. And obviously your Book of Shadows is private, and you want to write in it, like, you wouldn't expect anyone to read it. But I thought if somebody is being genuine and they for some reason this is like their only resource, like I don't know, like if I had a friend who was just like just needed this spiritually, but like was ashamed for some reason or embarrassed to ask about it, I wouldn't care if they read it. I'd hope that they'd tell me about it so we could talk about it, but yeah, like for me, I don't want to put any sort of like guilt attached to reading this. So mine says, I can't remember what it used to say, but it used to say basically like stay away. So I added, but if it is read with those with heart, let them in this beautiful world take part. Because I thought that was a little more inviting and nice. Then I have the Wiccan Reed, the full Wiccan Reed, The Witch's Creed, which is by Doreen Valiente in Witchcraft for Tomorrow. 13 Goals of a Witch by Scott Cunningham. The Witch's Reed of Chivalry, which I don't know where that's from, but it has a specific enough name where I'm sure you can find it. Oh, also, this is like the prettiest thing I have in my whole book that I drew. Look at it. Oh. I would like to like draw that on the cover of once I like want to get an awesome artsy book of shadows. The Wiccan Way, The Principles of Wiccan Belief, which is from the Council of American Witches from 1974. I have a creation myth that's very sciencey, which I like, and it was written by the Men's Circle in 1987. And it's just all about like the Big Bang and evolution, but pretty, which is like never happens. Before Time Was by Scott Cunningham. The Nature of Our Way. Words to the Wise. Song of the Goddess. Call of the God. Charge of the Goddess. Charge of the God. Charge of the Crone. Don't feel sad that I'm not showing you. It's actually really, really boring. You can see my handwriting. Oh, nice. Law of Power. A basic like tool list and like what they do. I think I just got it from Scott Cunningham's book. Someone's home. Maybe not. Just wait a second. Alright, I'm back. That was just my roommate, and then we ended up talking, and then we went to class, and now here I am again. But anyway, tools. Very exciting. I wish this could be more interesting for you guys, but I don't know, when I was starting out, I would find this kind of thing helpful, so I thought I would do the same thing. I have a little thing of symbols. There's a really bad, like, Celtic knot thing. I'm better at them now. Color correspondences, how to design a ritual, drawing down the moon, consecration of tools type thing. I don't know, I use that for consecrating everything. Chants, full moon, right? Some stuff about witch bags, some spells and runes and different alphabets. Section on cord magic, herbal medicines, which I really hated doing because it was like, if you can see, like every single one just takes up like one line, and it just took forever, and it hurt my hand, and I was just over it. Another pretty thing on chakras. Well, not another thing on chakras, but another pretty thing that I can show you. And then I have a meditation that's really, really long. There's some sciencey stuff. I have like the different levels of consciousness. Why am I showing you? There's nothing at all exciting. But different levels of consciousness, like beta waves and theta waves and alpha waves, and like waking consciousness and meditative consciousness, all sorts of things like that. And then I have things on realities, like sensory reality, mythic reality, and trans-psychic reality. Some prayers, some stuff on zodiac and the moon, some crystal information, how to design sigils. I know there's lots of ways, but this is the way that I copied down. A prayer, spells, more crystal things. This is in order as I like learn it, or not necessarily learn it, in order that I write it down. It's not organized at all. Some information on the pentacle / pentagram and like what's the difference and how there's controversy about the difference and what I'm going to use. Invoking and banishing. I'm just showing you my little doodles because there really isn't a lot. Some stuff on hummingbirds and Samhain, rosemary, tarot spreads, some stuff about tea, feather correspondences, cold and flu treatments, more tarot spreads, lunar energy and blue moons, and then right now I'm doing seasonal moons, so like the wolf moon and the storm moon, and all that fun stuff. And this is super, super unorganized, and that's why I have a digital book of shadows where I put more things that are subjective, I guess, like I put my opinions in there, and I organize everything, and where I'm going to put all my rituals, and eventually, once I kind of get more in there, I'm going to print it out and put it in a binder, and I'm still trying to decide if I want to use plastic sheet protectors, because plastic kind of, I don't know, I don't like it. But I might do that just to preserve the pages more. And I have my eyes out right now for a book of shadows that's like really huge, like has huge pages, and is like post bound, so I could rearrange it. And the hardest thing ever, finding one that's not leather, because I want one that like looks leathery. Well, not necessarily, but like all the pretty ones are leather, and I don't want one that's leather because I mean I just don't want to. So that's my current quest, and yeah. So now you have hopefully some ideas of what to put in your book of shadows. Sorry if this wasn't the most exciting book of shadows video, but I hope you got some good ideas from it anyway. Alright, well, see you later.